Hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello.
Hi, everyone. This is Dave and Roxanne.
We're coming in
Pretty late as
pretty late
well.
again. But welcome to another episode of Online Business Question of the Week. Once a week, we typically do answer questions about the online business, but today we're focusing on skills,
hmm
things that you learn in the online business as part of the benefit of not just launching a business, but skills you learn. So,
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving
oh
here
yes, happy Thanksgiving.
in Canada. We're in late at 11:43 p.m. Mountain Time. We came from a Thanksgiving dinner with our families, and then we put Caleb to sleep. So that's why, and we committed to our 90 days go live challenge. Today is day 14 of 90. So before we sleep, we're doing this as our commitment, and also to share, the most or what is that? Is it common questions
Yeah, so
or
we typically phrase it in a question or a
statements?
statement. So what's the statement today?
The statement today for the online business question is the key reasons your video ads aren't
So
converting.
one of the most important skills you learn when you become an online business owner is that you're going to learn how to launch a video ad
Mm-hmm.
and YouTube or Facebook. And you know, because we've been doing this for close to 6 years now, we have analyzed a lot of video ads, right? And we it's typically the same reasons why these ads aren't converting, right? If you're watching this live or replay, if you are using ads, Facebook or YouTube, in your business,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if it's not converting, right, this is what we see almost all the time, right? When we analyze videos that are in our mentorship group,
Mm-hmm.
and we do this weekly in YouTube ads. We looked at one, two, and we're doing this for years now.
Yeah, and we have other coaches that are helping out for Facebook ads as well, that will do feedbacks as well. So we're really like, in the trenches where we see, we're very familiar with campaigns and all that. So this is very, familiar to us for
it's very
um, like
typical, and
typical, yeah.
I mean, why people aren't converting. If you're watching this live replay, comment in the chat. What do you think it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you are launching ads, and maybe you're wondering what is it, right? So
Yeah, and also like for the people that are not advertising, this is their first time, you know as because we're mentoring people to do ads, right? We're coaching them. So if you go, like start an online business, you don't have to worry about how to do it, because we have a video step-by-step training on how to launch your
yeah,
ads, how to do YouTube ads, Facebook ads. And the beautiful thing about our online system is you have coaches and mentors that will give you feedback, and that's what we're doing, right? So if this is your first time, let us know where you're tuning in from. We always love to know how global we are in this community. Yes.
you guys are awake too.
Yeah, we have Ziang Tran from Vietnam. Thank you, thank you. Yes, Katrina, you're awake too. We're doing our go live 14, day 14. Yes.
Katrina,
She's an expert in Facebook
that's
ads.
right.
She's one of our coaches that does feedbacks, reviews for Facebook
We're
ads.
actually gonna see her soon in Mexico. We're gonna do a retreat, and she's gonna
Yes.
talk deeper into this. But
Oh, we have another one awake, watching from Toronto. Right now it's 1:46 a.m. in their time.
amazing.
Awesome, Coach Rebecca.
So what is it? What's the key reason your video ads your aren't converting? And I think I think from
Oh,
Rome.
Rome, good morning, Natividad. Yes, wow. We want to go to Rome as well. Hopefully next year. Hello, Zapra, watching from California. From Italy, Ronalyn. Awesome, awesome.
And this is one of the main reason we see all these videos from our mentorship group. They will send it to us. We'll take a look at it, and this is the reason. The reason is that they're not properly articulating the
Mm-hmm.
pain or pleasure
Mm-hmm.
of what the potential prospect or viewer will experience,
Mm-hmm.
right? Pain or pleasure, right? So what does that mean, right? You have a power. We always tell this to our mentees that you have a power, but sometimes we can't. Either we're too scared to do this, or we are
We
uh,
don't want to show our weakness. We don't want
weakness.
to share our, our, not our, like, we don't want to share our pain, right? We don't want to be like, that's how we were before as well.
So you have a power, and what's that power? Here it is. Vulnerability is your power.
Mm-hmm.
When you open up your vulnerability in your videos,
Mm-hmm.
right? People can relate to you more. They might not be able to relate to your specific situation,
Yeah.
but they can relate to the feeling. So, for example, right? You know, one of the things that we always shared in our video is that we got into $86,000 in consumer debt, right? And then we shared that, when that happened to us, right, we couldn't sleep at night. We had sleepless nights, right?
Creditors are
Credit
calling
calling us
us.
left and right,
We were stressed out. We were
Mr.
arguing about finances.
Yeah, right? I had more hair, had more gray hairs growing than I wanted to. So you may not have $86,000 in consumer debt, but you can relate to that feeling of being stressed, right? You can relate to that pain of creditors maybe calling you, or the growing debts, right?
Or like, as a couple, you're arguing about finances, how it could be like frightening and, like not a good feeling, right?
Yeah. So vulnerability is your power, and the mistake of people is that they're not, you know,
They focus on features instead of benefits. So meaning
mhm,
to say, for example, in the online business, for example, a lot of mistakes is that you focus on, oh, we have the best system, we have the best mentorship, we have the best community, we have over 200,000 in the community, because like people don't care about those things. What they care is what benefit can I get, right? Which the benefit is,
what's in it for
yeah,
me?
what's in it for them. The benefit is, you're gonna get out of that because of this, business. You're gonna be able to quit your corporate job. You're gonna be able to travel without worries.
Because yeah, because people think in pictures,
Hmm.
right? We have a point in that people think in pictures.
Yeah.
Because people think in pictures, right? When you talk about like uh we have an automated system. It's like, people don't have a picture even what an automated system is. There's a lot of things that you can think of what an automated system is, or like, you know uh um what is another example, like community, like it yeah, you can think of a community, but what do you think, like when you think of community, like
Hmm.
what kind of community, right? So people think in pictures, right? So people
When you say debt free, like how does it feel to be debt free, right?
uh,
So a lot of people, don't paint pictures in their video ads, right? How does it feel like, being able to treat your family, being able to travel, right? So, if you can relate to that, in your ads, right? Then it will be more winning ads.
and again, before you can even do that, you have to share your vulnerability, because when you open up, right,
Mm-hmm.
people will also open up. Every time when I used to do a lot of coaching calls, every time I talk to people, they always remember the pain. They
Mm-hmm.
always relate to the pain. The reason I reach out to you, because I'm also in debt. I have $86,000 in consumer debt, right? Or they that's it. And the reason, when we see the winning ads, when we review ads, people don't share that. They don't even
Mm-hmm.
come close to that. They just say, this is me, 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 and then they'll say, this is what you're gonna get, right? So
Or sometimes, why your video ads is not converting. It doesn't matter how much you spend, right? um if your video is not converting, it's because
You don't have the skills
you
yet.
don't have the skills yet. Unfortunately, you have to learn to do video ads,
You
right?
haven't
That's
launched enough, right?
you haven't launched enough.
Or maybe you launched something and you didn't learn from what you launched, right?
Hmm.
And you
Yeah,
know,
like what?
yeah,
Yeah, like
we're
we
passionate about this.
yeah, we're very passionate about it because we see a lot of ads being launched and it's not successful, and that's normal, right? Because in the beginning you don't say like, oh, I spent 5,000 in ads and it doesn't convert. It just means that you haven't learned the skills, right?
Hmm.
It's the same of like, let's say you're going to a school, right? As being a nurse, you can't be a nurse after a year or 2 years, right? So you really, like, in this digital marketing, for example, that we're teaching, right? You have to keep testing and testing, and until you're able in, like, for we've been doing this for almost 6 years now, 6 years in October 17, right? And we've always have advertising going because
Yeah,
that's the lifeline of this business. We don't depend on friends and families. So if you stop advertising, it just means you close your business.
yeah. I love what Jim Rohn says. He says it's not what happens to you. What happens to everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's what you do with what happens. That's what an entrepreneur do. So what does that mean, right? When there's a when there's a in Canada, when there's winter, right? Some people get depressed because there's winter, right? But other people, go snowboarding with it, right? Enjoy it, right? It's winter happens to everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not what happens, it's what you do with what happens. Some people lose their jobs, right? Other people get frozen and not do anything. Others
Yeah.
just go out there and go into hunt mode and get a job, or better yet, others rise up and become entrepreneurs,
Mm.
right? So, what do we mean by that, right? Some people will launch ads, right? Some people, you know, like we did, right? We pivoted because Facebook didn't
Oh,
work for
yeah.
us anymore, right? Right? We,
So when we started in October 2018, we learned, to advertise on Facebook, right? And basically, I think we advertised for like a year and a half, right? And for some reason, we got restricted, right? We follow everything, but Facebook will sometimes restrict you for
that's
no
just part of
reason.
the
And that's
business
part of it. Like in the beginning, I was so scared. But then I realized, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Facebook restrict us. We can still, our business can still keep going, right? There's so many platforms
platform
out
that
there. And in March of 2020, we started YouTube.
there's no YouTube training at the time, right?
Yeah. And
In
it was like my eyes hurt, my we had sleepless nights to learn new skills. But since then, our business, you
has
know
no,
ha- like, still keep going, generating leads after leads. And did we get a result right away? We didn't, because we're learning new skills. But then now, what, 4 years later, we're still doing YouTube, and it's still generating
so
so much,
crushing for us.
yeah, so much results.
So it's not what happens, being restricted happens to everybody.
Mhm.
Maybe you can't advertise anymore, in YouTube. Well, other people will just pivot and find other ways to advertise, right? So, what is the main reason you're not converting is you're not vulnerable enough.
Yeah.
People can't relate to you, right? People can relate to the emotions. The other thing, last tip, people say a lot of facts.
Mhm.
Facts, the facts means like automation, what are the other facts?
Global community, amazing training, right? Those are facts, which is still good. But then,
This is our online business. We're talking about our online business, but let's just say, for example, you're a realtor, right? You say about the facts about your
the house
yeah,
or
the real estate business, right?
Mhm.
Instead of telling stories, because facts tell, stories sell. If you're a realtor, you would tell a successful story of somebody that
of a family.
dreamt of owning a
Yeah.
home and purchased that, right? If you sell cars, you tell a successful story of someone owning a car and
Hmm.
successfully driving it home, right? If you're an online business owner, right, you tell a story of a mom that used to work for someone, now is a stay-at-home mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
um, Successfully, staying with the kids. So you tell more stories rather than telling the facts, right? So
Yeah, and even like before, we were not vulnerable. What is it? Vulnerable as well. As we said, that vulnerability is your power because we were scared before. So what happened is that before the online business, we don't mix our faith in our business because we were scared that people will say, "Oh, you're mixing your faith and the business," right? But the moment we combine both, because that's who we are, faith and business, right? Faith and family and business, then that's the reason why people can relate to us because people will stand up, oh, like just like you, we believe in God, we believe in Jesus, right? So, and some of them, like some of the people that will message us that they don't like our message, and that's fine, right? You don't have to like everything, right?
that's when you know it's working.
Yeah, so the people that doesn't like our message will not follow us, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same with you. The moment you're vulnerable, the
And
moment,
another,
yeah,
the other word is authenticity, right?
authenticity, yes.
When you become authentic,
Mm-hmm.
vulnerable is becoming authentic, right? So when you become that, when you stand for something
Mm-hmm.
and you do that in your videos, that's when you start to convert, right? And some of you, you probably just haven't launched enough
Yeah.
video ads. You haven't tested enough because the marketplace will tell you. So if it's not working, that means that it's not, the marketplace is telling you it isn't resonating.
Yes.
It's your opportunity to to do something different, right? So
Yeah.
we have this philosophy, and we learned this from doing all the trainings. Like, it's not win or learn. It's not win or lose. Most people think, oh, win or lose. I launched an ad, I lost.
Yeah. I
And
lost
then
money.
I
I
lost
lost.
this, like
Yeah.
this, right? It's not win or lose. It's win or learn.
Yeah.
So you never lose because you're learning all the time. If
Yeah.
you learn from what you've launched, right?
Yeah. If you
When
don't, like, it's so sad if I get, some people will say, oh, I've spent this much, I've advertised for like, 2 months, 3 months, or like 6 months, and it doesn't work. And then you'll say, I've done everything. You know what? You haven't done everything, because if
Mhm.
you've done everything, you'll get results, right? So, like, we've launched over 500 campaigns, we've launched over how many videos already, right? To get, multiple winning ads, right? We don't, our first ad didn't convert right away, right? So it really takes a lot of, especially if it's your first time. So really, like, don't tell us it doesn't work because it works a lot to so many people, not just us. A lot of people don't persevere. And what happened, that's why we always mentor people, that says that we always say to them, have a budget that, that doesn't strain you. Have a budget as a couple. When we start this online business, we already talk about,
There's a lot of people that are still awake.
hello everybody, you're still awake. Yeah, so hello, hello, Simon, watching from Ontario. Wow, it's, what is it, 2 a.m. there? Yes,
Apparently, people
Rebecca.
don't sleep. Awesome, like us. We're just
Hello, Pushpa. Oh, you're welcome, John. Hello, hello from California. Yes, because, like, if you don't persevere, you're never gonna get success in anything, right? So, like, for us, that's what, like, we always think, if people are getting success, that means we can get success as
That's right.
well. So for, like, that, the key reason why your ads is not working or is not converting is because you're not you're not vulnerable enough to share your pain, right? To
Yeah.
share your, your story, right? Oh, and of course you haven't tested enough to get winning ads.
I hope that helped you. If you know of someone that is,
Mhm.
doing an ad and wondering why it's not converting, this could be the piece that you're missing. So
Mhm.
share it to that person. Maybe this will help them. Maybe this will guide them. So thanks for tuning in. That is another episode of
It's a new
Online
online business
Business
question
Question
of
of the
the
Week.
week.
God bless
Good
everybody.
night, everybody, and good morning, Maria from the UK, 7 a.m. Simon is from at work,
I'm at work.
working.
That's why. Okay.
Wow, amazing. Awesome, awesome. Okay, God bless you,
God bless you.
everybody.
God
Take
bless you.
care. Bye bye.